Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Heroes for Hire Comic Club channel. Me and Adamantium Blade Comic Collectibles, Big Jeff. Uh, Today we're going to be discussing Bram Stokers Dracula, one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. It's directed by Francis Ford Coppola. It was even a comic book series. It was drawn by Mike Mignola, written by Roy Thomas. It was actually Topps Comics. I didn't know this until last night, but it was the first comic that Topps Comics ever made. So
Oh,
it
really?
came with like a poly bag. Yeah. And it had a card with it. I've lost the card over the years and it's in bad condition, but still it's a memory I have. It's Mike Mignola. And it's like, when you look back at old comics, you're like, huh, I was a Mike Mignola fan before I knew who he was. So
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, we got Boggs. I think he's asked the link. I guess if you want to come on, but we're going to talk about the movie. If you've not seen the movie, I mean, it's going to be kind of boring. You'll have to just sit there in the corner. But I'll let Jeff or somebody send you the link. Jeff send you the link if he wants to.
I'll send it to him. Nobody puts Boggs in a corner.
I'm going to, but yeah, well, I don't know. But we're going to play I was going to play my video intro. We'll have more about Bram Stokers Dracula after this.
I'm a hero, I'm for hire, I'm a seller, I'm a buyer. Conversations with me in the lounge as we scream. You know me, my Morgan, subject boy, follow him. I'm the comic man. I'm the comic man.
I like the intro.
Comic man, but today we're the movie man. Yeah, I do too. I'm probably going to quit doing the countdown and just put that as the intro. So
Yeah.
We got actual. Hey, we're reviewing. We're talking about Bram Stoker's Dracula, and we have actual Dracula in the chat. So we have. We'll get to have a expert. Person in the chat about this.
Don't come too far out of the coffin yet, though, because there's still sunlight.
Yep. I would prefer that W. Boggs had stayed in the chat, so we would have had more viewers. But it's okay. I love you, buddy. All right. You knocked down my watch.
You're muted
time.
there, bud.
Knocked down my watch hours. All right.
Yep, exactly. That's the goal, right?
I guess not really. It's
Hey,
supposed to
Matt,
be more watch hours. But
sorry, I know this is good cinema, but look what came in today.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about it later because today we're talking about the 1992 film Bram Stoker's Dracula, Love Never Dies. It's in a lot of ways, Jeff. Would you say this is kind of a weird, kind of gothic love story in a way? Like this guy's like,
okay, I'll have a hot take on it.
I mean, in a weird way, like a twisted way. He's like,
to me, it was
found his like reincarnated beloved.
To me, it was kind of a chick flick because this was right around the time of Interview with the Vampire type stuff, and in other words, like vampires, they never really go out of style, but it was popular during.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. And what year was it again? I forgot.
One thing at
92.
1992.
Yeah.
So you know what kind of sticks out in my mind of this movie is the set designing and the costumes are amazing.
It's a good movie.
Like I felt like we were in Victorian England. Yeah, and it's just like in the Gary Oldman. Of course, when he wants to, he can look like the younger Blod Impaler, but he also looks like the old man when he's in his castle there, and really just like creepy makeup. Like look at this. I don't know, what do you call this haircut here? It's like, I guess, the Romanian thing, but like
I don't know, man.
It looks like a bra is on his head.
Looks like Princess Leia's grandpa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does look like he's wearing a bra on his head, though. But I guess it might be some kind of Eastern.
It's some
Eastern European type thing, but the makeup, because Gary Oldman was. Yeah, Gary Oldman was not an old man when he made this movie. He was in his prime at the time. But this is my favorite look for Gary Oldman in the movie. This picture. We have another guest. It's Tony,
he almost looks
from Comic Verse. But yeah, I just love the makeup.
He almost looks Johnny Depp.
He does.
Kinda.
Well, you can say Jeff.
Gary Oldman right there in the picture you're showing.
And I love the costume design. Like, look at this.
Very Johnny Depp-esque.
And I like the costume design. Like I said, we'll get more into that in a minute. But here is like Lucy. I just thought that was cool the way they made her. And what's so creepy of that scene, she's like, they catch her coming out of the crypt. She's out of the crypt and she tries to bring a baby back in there. Also, another design here. And I will tell you this, I can't remember her name. We'll look it up on the Wikipedia in a minute. But the set designer, the costume designer was also the woman who did the costume designing for a movie starring, I don't know if you remember, it had Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Lopez, and Vincent D'Onofrio, and it was called The Sale. It came out in 2000. And she actually copied the suits they used for Jennifer Lopez to get into Vincent D'Onofrio's dreams on this armor here. Was brilliant armor. I think it looks cool. The helmet. Yeah, that's her name. She tragically died in 2012. And some great stuff here. Like when I just like the way, like when he goes into that, when Jonathan Harker's in there shaving and the door he just kind of just like floats into the room.
Yeah.
And sneaks up on him. And it's just,
it's that supernatural feeling. I'll take that.
Yeah. It's just like, and he's like, yeah, it was like because I think she was Japanese.
Yeah, she's Japanese.
The costume designer. Kenneth Berger.
That armor or whatever it was. You can see. Yeah, I can totally see the samurai influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that Sir Anthony Hopkins
the whole opening
played
scene,
2 different roles.
When it shows that he played 2 different roles in the opening scene when they have that big battle where they're fighting the Turkish Empire, the Ottoman Empire, whatever, and like the Muslim Turks swept through Eastern Europe, which is actually accurate, because Vlad Tepes was an actual person, and like he would impale his enemies and drink their blood because he thought he would gain life from it. But like in the story, you find out that Winona Ryder plays 2 parts in it too, although we don't see her much. It's the first character. Same with Anthony Hopkins. But they shoot an arrow into the castle to tell, and my internet's going crazy. Okay. But they and she thinks he's dead, so she don't want to live anymore. So she hurls herself off the top of the castle. And when he sees her, he's like, "This is my reward for fighting for the Lord," And that opening scene where he takes we'll look at that. I got some clips from it, and he stabs the cross, and the blood starts coming out. Oh my God, my internet is driving me freaking crazy right now. All right. Anyway, but then like the blood starts coming down, and then you see Winona Ryder laying there, and it's like freaky. It's freaky, and so I don't know, man. All right, I got to find the Wikipedia page. I don't know how I'm going to share that with the internet acting like
I could share it if you want. But but you want to be able to scroll down and shit too, though, huh?
I got to look it up now because I forgot to do it. I'm ill prepared to. We'll find the Wikipedia page, and if you want to read it, I'll let you do it today.
Okay.
I don't care.
I'll send you the Wikipedia link, and then I'll just give a quick synopsis. Bram Stokers Dracula is a 1992 American epic Gothic horror film produced by Francis Ford Coppola, written by James V. Hart, based on the eponymous 1897 novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. The film features an ensemble cast led by Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, Anthony Hopkins, and Keanu Reeves, set in 19th century England and Romania. It follows Count Dracula, played by Gary Oldman, a vampire who falls in love with Mina Murray, played by Winona Ryder, the fiance of his solicitor, Jonathan Harker, who is played by Keanu Reeves. When Dracula begins terrorizing Mina's friends, Professor Abraham Van Helsing, played by Anthony Hopkins, an expert in vampirism, is summoned to bring an end to his reign of terror. Its closing credits theme, Love Song for a Vampire, was written and performed by Annie Lennox. It had a film open at the top of the box office, grossing $215.9 million against a $40 million budget, so it was a winner. It was nominated in 4 categories for the 65th Academy Awards, winning Best Costume Design by Iko Ishioka, Best Sound Editing, and Best Makeup, while also being nominated for Best Art Direction.
Very nice.
The plot information is super long, so I don't want to read all that. It put everybody to sleep. But
don't have to go through that. We want to just go to like
want me to cover like
like
cast
if there's anything behind the scenes that says it said it was a comic book, but also yeah, the casting, you know, Tom Waits is Renfield. Even Carrie Ewells, who was in Princess Bride, is in this movie. He was the fiance of Lucy. And what was great about it, though, is like, I don't know, there's just so many great scenes in this movie. It's just like, I don't know, and like, okay, the first of it, you know, when they're, some of the stuff was like background, like they just made like a matte painting, and they had like these little like shadow figures that look like warriors in the background, and people being impaled. I saw those. They had some of those at Planet Hollywood once, in like a shadow box. I saw when I went to Planet Hollywood one time in Miami. And
here's what you were.
Great. I mean,
here's what you were. Here's what you were talking about. A novelization of the film.
I should have restarted my computer before.
Was published by Fred Saberhagen, and a 4-issue comic book adaptation and 100 collectible cards based on the movie were released by Topps Comics, with art provided by Mike Mignola and full script provided by Roy Thomas, using dialogue derived mostly entirely from the film's script. In 2018, IDW Publishing collected all 4 issues and released them in trade paperback. Various action figures were also produced. Replicas of Dracula's sword and Quincy's Bowie knife were available from Factory X. A board game was made. A pinball game was made. Digital pinball.
There was a Super Nintendo game too, I think, wasn't there, Tony?
Yeah, there was one for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Like a Super Nintendo.
Obviously, a Funko Pop.
And so they tried to, they tried to reach a broad audience with this one. You know, like they wanted like people to play video games, read comics, collected cards. You know, they kind of wanted male and female because, you know, you got Winona Ryder, who she basically falls in love with this character, the young prince, as the young prince as she sees him. And although I kind of wonder how much of that was his influence on her, because, you know, the scene, and I got a clip from it, where she's walking across the street and he sees her and he says, see me now. And she turns her head. So I don't know how much of this, she was under influence, but, and at the end of Winona Ryder is basically the most tragic part of the story, you know, because she gets turned into a vampire. It's going to get cold. I can't eat right now.
You put it back in yonder?
Oh, it's okay, Mom. Just leave it there. It's okay.
No, I'm not leaving it in yonder.
Anyway, sorry, I got like a lot of things going on. There was like 4 issues.
Yep.
I'm really having trouble sharing anything right now. Some great art by Mike Mignola. Let's see if we can find this one.
So this is
we're gonna watch some clips and then we'll discuss it some more. Look at this one. This is awesome. I need to get this one. I don't have this issue. And he's also got the ability to turn into anything he wants. Like he can turn into mist, and it's in the book, right, Tony? Like in Bram Stokers Dracula, he could turn into mist. He could turn into rats, a wolf.
He could. Oh yeah, yeah. He
anything.
could do. He could.
Yeah.
He had mind control powers. He could hypnotize people.
Yeah, I think it was the. I mean,
but he has
we
to
were
have
talking
Earth
earlier
from his homeland to sleep in, or he goes weak. So that's why he always has he has boxes of dirt shipped to the Carfax. I think it's Carfax Abbey that he bought. So when we get a little backstory, this one, before Jonathan Harker is sent to Romania to broker this deal, his predecessor was R.M. Renfield, played by Tom Waits, and he just goes completely batshit crazy going over there. He becomes what we call a familiar. Count Dracula had promised him immortality if he helped him out, but they think he's just a loony, so he is a loony. They lock him up in the loony bin. But like, I'm going to play these clips. I had to clip these, so just bear with me. There's like a play symbol over it for a second. This is when Dracula, at the first of it, after he's beat the Muslim Turks back from invading Romania, and he comes back, and Winona Ryder, his bride, is dead, and he just goes off, and he grabs the sword. They're all calling him. He's yelling that he renounces, his religion, and you can hear like the priest, one of them's played by Anthony Hopkins, and Romanians saying blasphemy, and they're throwing their cross up at him. He's not having none of it.
You're muted, Matt.
You're muted, buddy.
Oh,
I played him the wrong way.
it's okay.
I played him the wrong way. I got to do it over. It's not even playing on.
Blood is the life.
Okay, I've got
Did
dinner.
anybody
I'll
even
see
see
you guys
that? I
later.
can't even get it to play
See, Will.
on my end. I'll try it again. And that part, it's very gothic. We got another. This is the other one. I tried to play. I played them in the wrong order, so. The translation is, "Blood is the life, and it shall be mine." And he drinks the blood that comes out of the cross. It's very kind of, I don't know, it's very scary. I remember my mom went to see this with me. Well, we lost Will. My mom went to see this with me. She's like, I don't know about this, especially that part. Do you remember the part where Keanu he's told him not to go to any other part of the castle at night because it's very strange and you might see some very strange things. And he goes into that room, and those there's brides of Dracula are calling him in there. One of them looks kind of like Angelina Jolie, by the way. So anyway, they're trying to seduce him so they can drink his blood. And they're seducing him. And then he comes in and goes, "He's mine." And they're like, "Are we to have nothing?" And he turns around and brings in a baby. Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, this movie went hardcore like from the start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was they
The
went hard.
counterculture.
They didn't hold anything back.
Counterculture people love this movie, and especially
really?
young female audience. They ate this movie up because it made their dads mad. You know what I mean? Because most of
Oh yeah, well, Gary,
us three are pretty close in pretty close in age range. And 1992 was us in our late teens, and I know you guys could all attest to the goth people at your high school or whatever, right? There was always a subgroup of people that just wore black eye makeup and black lipstick and black nail polish, and had Doc Martin boots and shit. And those were the folks that like
And listen to
loved
Nine
this movie,
Nails
and that's what,
Cure.
yeah. And I think Bram Stoker's Dracula in the theater kind of launched that, that vampire ethos in entertainment, made it popular. Because 2 years later comes Interview with the Vampire, and that blows up. Anne Rice is on the map now, and
Yeah.
that movie wins a bunch of awards, and then it takes off from there. Then we start getting sparkly vampires and shit. But it seems to appeal to a female audience.
Well, I mean, yeah, it appealed to me too, though, just because of the cool like effects and it.
Yeah.
But yeah, more female, I'd say. The scream you hear, we got extra direct says the scream you hear when he stabs the cross isn't Oldman. He couldn't do it loud enough. It's actually the lead singer of the Cramps doing that. Oh, well, cool. And he says, if you guys were wondering, I did wear black. That's all good.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have been more surprised if he had.
Good with me. I know I had some friends that had that wore the eyeliner. We'll play a couple more clips here, then we'll talk about it.
The Order of the Dracula is the dragon.
That's where he's telling the symbol of his people is the dragon, and you can tell that Harker is just like, oh yeah. He kind of nervously laughs and he gets pissed off. And he's what kind of killer that? Have you ever seen a killer that's blood that flows through my veins? And he picks that sword off the wall and waves it at him. And because he doesn't realize that he's not insulting an ancestor of Dracula, he's insulting him. That like he tells him like our little deal with the church didn't work out too well. He's like, oh yeah. He didn't like that too much. We got some more clips.
That'll be 15 kopecks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was Dracula.
The girl was warning him.
It had that whole Jack the Ripper type atmosphere, old England kind of feel, Gothic feel.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Romania. What's funny about it was like it's very ominous too. And that girl, they let him out of the carriage, and she's like, the devil travels fast or something. And she hands him like a cross, and so that should have been. He should have like already. Then he gets picked up by this like ghostly, like I don't know what this thing is, this big thing in armor, and he just like grabs him by the shoulder and basically pulls him into the carriage. And then he goes through like a green flame or something when he gets to the gate. Now we got another. I'll play this one. I'll have to cut it off quick though because it's 15 seconds or we'll get cut out.
Listen to them. The children of the night. What sweet music, Dagmar.
It's like that's directly from the first Dracula movie with Bela Lugosi. He says that. The children of the night.
That line is usually done. I go say that line's usually done in every incarnation.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is about the original one. Bela Lugosi was Hungarian at the time. He couldn't even speak English. He was just saying the words in English phonetically. Had no idea what he was saying. But yeah, he eventually learned how to speak English. I also like this cool little lantern. And Dracula comes out to greet him and says, he tells him he invites him in, and you have to accept the invitation to come in, or you can't come in. So he goes, I hope you leave some of the goodwill you bring or something. And he's got this like cool little lantern thing.
Dracula. And I bid you bring.
Some of my clips are a little bit shoddy because I had to like press the record button on screen grab because the place I get the clips started charging money for downloading clips. So.
I am the monster the breathing men would kill. I am Dracula.
And Gary Oldman really had the accent down, didn't he? Anything? The only actor I don't think that had a real grasp of his accent was Keanu Reeves. He's like, I say it's the Castle Fall, but it's okay. At the time, Keanu at the time, I only saw Keanu. This is before Speed came out, so I only saw Keanu as like, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So when I first watched it, that's all I could see. But now looking back at it, I mean, he did good though. I thought he did good in it, as Harker. Let's just play these clips and then we'll talk about it.
I am the monster the breathing men would kill. I am the monster the breathing men.
If not, why does he hurry so?
He is gone.
That's where she can see what Dracula's doing, like at the end of the movie, and they use her to find out where he's going. And some of these clips aren't that great. I apologize.
All right.
That's where they and he goes into the corner and they shine the light on him and he just turns into a big heap of rats and they just fall to the floor and run away. That's what we meant by him being a shapeshifter. Also, got this one.
If not, why does he hurry so?
He is gone.
Playing the wrong one. I keep playing the wrong one. Well, the video every time it's muting me and it's the delayed reaction. So I don't know if anybody's even seeing these videos out there without them being choppy.
Yeah, we're seeing them. We're seeing them.
Would you care for an old Dr. Theod or canapé? No, thank you, Mr. Redfield.
Actually, they're quite nutritious.
Yeah, I love the part 2 coming up. I'll play it right now. He's telling him, he's like, well, you eat the spiders. But what about the sparrows? The sparrows eat the spiders. And he's like, yes, the sparrows. And then he goes, what about a cat? He goes, oh, you must give me a cat. A big cat.
My salvation depends on it.
So as far, I want to ask,
salvation. He goes, your salvation.
I want to ask actual Dracula, because he seems to be a fan of this genre, obviously.
Well, he's actually Dracula.
Does he? Did he enjoy this movie? Did it stay true to Dracula lore? Did he think that it was good? Like Nosferatu, the older Dracula movies, and all the lore that comes along with all the written stories about Dracula.
I'm gonna get into some of that later when we talk.
Yeah, because I'm not well schooled on it. Oh, he said this one is his favorite.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like Nosferatu as well. It's like they
cool.
They tried to be as faithful as they could to Bram Stoker's original vision. And this, like, even the journal entry thing where they're like, whatever the date is, and they give you the date. He's right, like Harker's writing his journal, and then you have Mia writing her journal, and the doctor, Seward writes in his journal about like what Renfield's doing, and it's all like it's like a collection of like what's going on, like a, what do you call it? Not word of mouth. What do they call it when they do it in a book? Like real time. Like it's like actual document of, like they're documenting something that actually happened, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah, because the story of Dracula is kind of intertwined with real history.
Actual Dracula just made a good comment too. And that's what I was going to talk about.
What do you say?
Go ahead, Tony.
Well, he says, aside from Coppola playing up the romantic aspect, it is one of the most faithful adaptations. That is the difference between the novel and the movie. Is in the original novel, or let's backtrack. In the movie, everything you see at the beginning, the awesome intro, his backstory, the Elizabeta part, him believing that that Mina is a reincarnation of Elizabeta, that's all for the movie. That's not really in the book. The original novel by Stoker said the only reason why he was going after Mina was because she was like so pure and everything, and he wanted to corrupt her.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it is pretty much. And the part where she does her part, where after he gets stabbed by Quincy and has his throat slit by Harker, that whole part afterwards is also an addition for this book, for the movie.
Yeah. And well, I think he did that, like we said, to get the ladies to like kind of like this movie because you had Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman in it as the leading man. He's basically the guy that drives the whole movie. And, we got the lovely Winona Ryder in it. But I wanted to play that clip with Dr. Seward when he tells him, he says, how about we get you a cat? Because I love Tom Waits.
Oh, yes. Oh, big cat is nice.
Because my salvation depends on it. And then then he sees her I like the scene where they're in the I guess they call it, back then they called it a Nickelodeon, right? Where you had like the project, where you had to like crank project. It's like one of the original, like before we had like theaters. And and the wolf comes in that is taking it to.
Of time to find
I have traveled oceans of time to find you.
That was always something that bounced around in my head. I was curious about I wonder what it is about the Dracula lore, the story, all that stuff that seems to speak to women. They find it very romantic, erotic sometimes, depending on how it's played or what version of
I have
the
no
story
idea.
you're
I mean, I
reading.
guess,
But it's like I don't know what it is.
maybe it has
It's
something to do
something.
with like being with your with the person you love for eternity.
I was going to say, could it be
It might
forbidden
have something
love?
to do with eternal life, being with somebody forever or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
That too. This guy's like, they're all hunting this guy down. You know what I mean? And yeah. But yeah, they kind of make him almost sympathetic though at the end of it though, which is kind of weird. I mean, Bram Stoker didn't do that. Bram Stoker, he was like Bram Stoker. He wrote him as the devil incarnate, basically.
Yeah.
He was a monster. He is a monster in the movie. But we'll play another clip here. I don't know if this is. I don't know if I played this one or not, so I apologize for this.
Dr. Theod or canapé? No, thank you, Mr. Renfield.
Canapé.
I never read the novel.
Losing my
It's kind
place.
of making
right.
me want to read it.
We'll play.
Tony,
I'll play these other clips.
have you read it?
Where he bites.
I was going to say the first time I read the novel, I was 9 years old.
Oh wow. Okay. Good.
Oh
yeah,
I've read it.
I remember getting it at the library when I was a real little kid. They had like a one that was like a graphic novel version of it, and I read, and then I read the other one when I was in high school. The real one. I did a report on it actually when this movie came out. I did a book report on this movie. The book. Now here's where she tells him to like go ahead and she wants him to turn her here basically. Because he doesn't want to do anything to her. He goes, I can't do it. And she says, take me away from this death. I think my clips are like bad, but here's the one where I was telling you about where he kind of like mesmerizes her. He sees her on the street. He's like, see me now.
See me. See me now.
Yeah, I think it's maybe it's part of that.
Clips. I only got.
I think it's all right. And you're kind of limited because you can't run them too long, or else you get spanked by YouTube. But I think the supernatural ability of Dracula or a vampire to seduce, I think maybe that's part of the allure for the female audience. I don't know.
Well, I mean, why are men attracted to Harley Quinn? She's Harley's a complete psychopath, but we're all like, oh yeah, I'd hook up with her. Although she would probably bash your brains in with that big mallet she carries around. So
men know all men know all about that part of it. The crazier she is, yeah.
It's kind of like, oh well, yeah, I can fix her. And women are the same way. Like Gary Oldman, they see him as Dracula. Oh no, he wouldn't do that to me though. It's like these women that are fascinated with serial killers, like Ted Bundy. When Ted Bundy was on trial in Florida, women would show up to the courthouse to watch it, just to see him. They would write him letters, say they wanted to have his babies. It's weirdly twisted, but it's just some people are attracted to that kind of, and I'm sure like you hear some men were attracted to Casey Anthony, even though she's a monster, you know.
Oh, are you kidding me?
But
that's crazy.
Yeah. But here's a cool scene. I like this when they find out that Lucy is now the undead.
Come to me, Arthur. Leave these others and come to me.
Oh.
So he was about to get bit too until they because they're getting that scene, you know, then he's like falling under a trance, and Anthony Hopkins pulls out that cross and sticks it on her forehead, and she goes back into the. But also there's a kind of a funny part when Harker gets back to England, and him and Mina and Anthony and Van Helsing are eating dinner out at this restaurant, and it's got this real rare steak. And he goes, "Did Lucy suffer much?" Yes, she suffered great pain. Then we chopped her head off and put a stake through her heart. Like it wasn't like no, that's not a big deal. She's like, oh my God, what? And we got a couple more. This is where he kills Mina. Basically, he has the wolf go on her and get her, and he's like, "I condemn you to thirst for human blood." This is the
hunger for living blood.
I just thought Gary Oldman was great, and then also the scene where at the first of it, when her and Mina are like playing around in the garden and it's raining, and then it's really disturbing, and she comes out and she sees the beast, on top of Lucy, and he's like, "You don't see me," and so he had been there, and also that scene, the scene, Tony, where they're talking about the captain's journal, and they're transporting a ship, and he goes, "A strange plague has started to affect the crew," and he's feeding on the crew in the boat, just kind of like he's controlling almost the wind to get there faster, and it's just really eerie. And then also the scene, I just love like the cinematography, like when the train's going through the Romanian mountains of Harker, and he's writing in his journal, and you look out the window and you can see Dracula's eyes looking at him while he's reading Dracula's letter he wrote him. And I don't know. This is a gothic movie. I know that for sure. He says Casey Anthony never did anything to him, but for me. But Monica Bellucci, however, stunning in this movie. Yeah, are you talking about? Yeah, was that her first movie? I think. Was that the girl that played Lucy? I think actual Dracula. I mean, she was like. I think it's like one of her first roles because at the first of the movie, it says and introducing. When they say introducing, that means it's like the actor's first major gig. But anyway, if you guys got any thoughts, I've kind of talked myself about it. It's fine. Go ahead. Am I frozen?
No, I was just to say that Monica Bellucci played one of Dracula's wives.
Oh, okay. That's what actual Dracula.
Yeah. He just said
okay. I can't remember that girl's name. Hold on. I think seen her in something else after this. The redheaded girl. We're about to. We're going to go for about few more minutes. We got a few more minutes.
Bellucci was an Italian model. And I guess she starred in or played in The Apartment in 1996 and won a Caesar Award for Most Promising Actress. She played in Under Suspicion in 2000, gaining more recognition. And then in a comedy called Asterix and Obelix, Mission Cleopatra in 2002. She played a rape victim in controversial thriller Irreversible in 2002, and Persephone in the 2003 science fiction films The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolution. Oh,
well, it looks like the girl.
Damn, she was Mary Magdalene in The Passion of the Christ.
That's right.
Oh,
she
really?
was.
Lucy has not been in very big movies. She was in Sky Captain World Tomorrow for some reason. She's been in a lot of just like movies, but her name is Sadie Frost. Was who played Lucy. So she was actually, well, that's what she is. She was in a bunch of movies, but I don't know. But yeah, I remember her. She doesn't have red hair though. They made her. I think they dyed her hair red. But yeah, it's a good movie. I don't know. I like the movie. That's why it's on Good Cinema. But
No,
yeah,
it
we'll
was a
go
good
for a
movie.
few more minutes.
Definitely
I just want to go.
movie.
We'll go around and see what everybody. Also, like I mean, there's so many memorable scenes in this movie. Like, I don't know. I kind of like. You even had like we have an American there. It's like. That's a good question. I don't know. Why doesn't anybody get the mange? There's a lot of bad hygiene and biting someone. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did, and he could turn into like a wolf beast or whatever. So, that's a good question, Mark. I don't know, Mark. And probably have to get some rabies shots. Whether you have to get bit by them,
Yes,
I don't know.
absolutely.
But
human bites are nasty.
But like I don't know. I still love the. Yeah, they only get infected easy. But I
Human
also
bites are
like
bad
Anthony
news,
Hopkins in this
man.
movie is pretty cool.
like
But
that.
Anthony Hopkins is almost seen as like he's almost to the point of obsession to hunt down Dracula, isn't he? In this movie, actual Dracula said he has the mange. He says I don't recommend it. You know what my dad used to do when
I thought dogs got mange.
Hunting dogs had mange?
Yeah,
They do.
I didn't even know.
A hunting
I
dog.
didn't even know humans can get it.
My dad had a hunting dog that got mange, and he used to put motor oil on it when they would get mange for some reason.
I didn't know humans could get it.
To help it
kind
somehow.
Kind of scary.
I don't know if they can. I'd have to Google that. I'm not a medical expert.
Oh, Mark's just being a goofy.
Let's see. I'll look it up.
Well, Dracula says he's had it, so, and he sounds serious. He says he does not recommend. Does your hair get all messed up and itchy or something?
Yes, humans can get, it says yes they can. Yeah, humans can get mange. It says mange is a skin infestation caused by parasitic mites known as sarcoptic mites. These mites can transmit between animals and humans, leading to a condition called scabies in humans. So when we get it, it's called scabies. I've known people that had scabies before.
I've heard of scabies.
Oh, and Legion wants to know if it was worse than the time actual Dracula got scurvy. Yeah, so in humans, it's called scabies. You have to put alcohol and stuff. I remember I was in I'll tell you this story later. I don't want to tell you right now, but I know we were in an enclosed area. Some people we'll say it was a camp. We'll say it was a camp for adults who had been naughty, and they had to put them in their own room. You know what I mean? Like away from everybody else. But
yeah,
that was a diplomatic way of.
It was a one-star hotel.
Anyway, okay, I guess we'll do. Yeah, exactly. Wellbore's like blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Anyway. All right. Does anybody else have any points they want to bring up about this movie?
No, I just think it was kind of the launching point for vampire mania to set in Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean there had been vampire movies before it. Like he says, actually. By the way, everybody, just so everybody knows, actual Dracula was joking about having mange. He did not know if you could get mange. He says, so disregard. Well, yeah. So he didn't have scabies. That's good. You don't want scabies. That shit's. I know somebody had. Like I said, I know some people had it one time. I don't know if it was really their fault though, because the place we were in hadn't been cleaned since Eisenhower was president. So that's quite a long time ago. Anyway, so I don't know. I'm just going to tell you what I think of the movie. I think I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars. Rave review. I loved it when it came out. I watch this movie every year, and I'm going to do a rant right now because I was going to watch it last night on Netflix, but apparently, if you only pay $9.99 a month, you can't get it. You have to pay $17.99 for the upgrade. So screw you, Netflix. Go to hell. But anyway, so I'm canceling Netflix again after that. I guess after I watched Frankenstein, that kind of made me mad. I was all set to watch it too, right after the show last night. But I don't know. It's a good movie.
I'll give it 2 thumbs up.
I just thought Winona Ryder was great. Yeah. This is actually the movie where I fell in love with Winona Ryder, by the way. What's funny, though, there's a scene that kind of cracks me up looking back because it's like, she's like, oh, Lucy's so pretty and all the men love her and I'm just so plain. And I'm like, what is she talking about?
That's a common trope.
Anyway, they won what was it? They won a Academy Award. Yeah. Of course, that's what I said when they were like, remember when Winona Ryder got caught shoplifting? I said, yeah. Yeah. I said, yeah, she got caught shoplifting. She stole my heart. All right.
Jesus.
All right. Anyway, I still like Winona Ryder. Jean Below says he didn't watch it. It's not his cup of tea. He thinks drinking blood is nasty and eating bugs and all that stuff. But can we say that Tom Waits was pretty awesome in his little part in the movie, though?
We're talking about Jean Below. You're French. You guys eat
snails. Get over, Tom Waits is Renfield in this movie. I just thought it was great. He's just totally out to lunch, Also, can you imagine, remember the scenes in the insane asylum? Can you imagine that to be in an insane asylum back then? In that time period in Victoria, those guys were wearing big cages on their heads and throwing these nasty rooms, wet and damp and horrible. John said he don't eat snails or anything like that. I don't eat snails either. I wouldn't recommend it. I know they like to have the escargot in France, but they can keep that. I would rather eat a cheeseburger or a steak, medium rare, before I would eat a snail. But anyway, I know they also eat crickets somewhere, don't they? Where was that?
Escargot doesn't taste like snail.
Tom Waits would eat anything in this movie.
I've had escargot. It doesn't taste like snail. It's just, dude.
Well, I don't know what a snail tastes like. I just don't want to eat it. It looks like
it's squishy, but dude,
the texture looks bad.
It's lathered in garlic and oil. It's lathered in it.
It might taste like pumpkin pie, but I wouldn't know because I don't eat the filthy motherfucker.
We're talking about poutine.
Yeah, we got our Canadian friends. Yeah, I always want to try that poutine.
It sounds.
I think Jean Malot is actually a vampire, y'all, because he's like, look, I'm not going to eat onions or garlic for Christ's sake.
Yep, he's a vampire. It's confirmed.
I did eat a chocolate covered cricket one time that we were they were daring us to do it. They had some.
I love that.
It was very crunchy. It was very crunchy, and it was very. I didn't like it. I'm just gonna say I didn't like the thought of it. But I'm not gonna go around eating bugs. But that's just me. I like to eat cow and chicken, and maybe a little bit of fish. I did eat yeah, but I want to try some poutine. It's like the fries with gravy, right?
Yep, fries, gravy,
what
cheese
they do in Canada. Yeah. That actually don't sound too bad.
Sounds amazing.
I heard they actually serve poutine like Hardee's up there.
I bet they do. Oh,
Carl Jr. and I don't know, but yeah, okay. I give the movie 2 thumbs up. I will go around the horn and then we'll end the show. What do you guys think of the movie?
2 thumbs up for me.
I haven't seen it fully, but it sounds amazing. So I'll definitely have to watch it.
Well,
Tony,
being the fact that I've been in love with the source material since I was 9 years old, it has a great cast, great cinematography, great effects. It's just freaking perfect to me. So I give it 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. To me, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But I will go on record, as much as I like Tom Waits as much as I like Tom Waits and Renfield, my favorite Renfield will always be Dwight Fry from the 1931 Dracula. That cackle,
Okay,
he just looks like a freaking madman. I mean, just that grin.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Well, they got. I'll take the burgers, fries, poutine pizza, not all dressed, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Sound like me, Sean. I have lots of Filipino friends. I've eaten some good stuff. Hey, they got some good food over there,
You don't
man.
like to
What I
wear
hear.
clothes when
I
you
haven't
eat
really
pizza,
tried me
John Malone?
sandwiches. Wellbore says sandwiches. Like that reminds me of that kid in Bad Santa. Hey, can I make you some? He goes, Jesus Christ, kid! Why is it you making damn sandwiches?
Right. Right.
All right. Well, okay, guys. I guess that's the end of the show. But I'm gonna tell you what's coming up. Of course, we have a lot of good movies coming up for good and bad cinema. It's Halloween month, and you will see some of these lovely people on the panel again for the next episode. Hopefully, it'll be at 6 p.m. on 7 p.m. I think it's gonna be 7 p.m. for this one on Monday. I did the wrong one. Never mind. I'm behind. For Bad Cinema on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, we'll be reviewing The Howling Part 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf. And for Good Cinema next week, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we'll be reviewing Poltergeist, directed by Tobe Hooper, produced by Steven Spielberg, and, of course, the special effects were by the great Industrial Light and Magic. They're actually the one that did all the, and you can actually, it's actually a real house you can actually visit. We'll talk about that next week, though. And we'll talk about some of the people that say that the Poltergeist is what they call a cursed film. Because there was a lot of weird things happen after that movie came out.
Yes,
Bad
sir.
things happened.
A lot of sad things.
But John said he'll be there Thursday. Thanks, Actual Dracula, for the, I'm glad you guys watched it. And if you don't mind, share the video out like when it's done, and so we can get some more views and have other people watch it after when the replay comes out. But I'd like to thank all my guests for coming on tonight. But until next time, true believers, Excelsior.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snoochie boochies.